Well, the shop's been busy again. Got 3 more units finished up, although this was pretty much done. I still got a light bulb I gotta change, but I'm not gonna worry about it right now. This one's in service. I had to do a little gluing to the walkway. It was a little bit loose, so that's good. And I got the Elco back together. The only thing is I didn't get the headlight aimed quite perfectly, so it's not real bright. And I'm like, you know what? I'm sick of fooling with this thing. It's good enough for now. Someday when I have more patience and time, I'll probably take it apart and try to realign it a little better. But for now, good enough. Also, I stumbled on a problem that I've had on probably about 3 or 4 Athearn units, and I just wanted to pass that along because if you're not careful, you'll fry a decoder, and I'm going to tell you what the problem is and why. For some reason, I've noticed it more on these earlier Athearn models. Something is not right with the board, and I'm not sure why. I can't explain it. There must be a diode or something in here. I know that there are diodes, I believe, for, or like a voltage regulator for the light bulbs on these, because either Rich or myself, one of us, put a non-decodered unit on DCC and it buzzed a little bit, but the lights didn't burn out. So obviously there's some kind of voltage regulator of some sort on there. But anyway, totally separate issue. If you ever plug in a decoder, test it, and you start going to full throttle, you get about, say, oh, I don't know, 18, 20 on the throttle, and then it up and dies, and it starts buzzing, shut it off immediately, and get it off from power. There is some issue with this board, and I'm not sure what and why, but there's a real simple way to solve the problem. Just cut the wires off the board for the motor, which I believe, I'll have to check, but I'm pretty sure it's the orange and the gray. Let me just verify here what North Coast uses. Motor gray, motor orange. I'm pretty sure, I was pretty sure it was gray and orange. So what you do, and you'll notice it's in the same configuration. It's the 3rd wire in on this side, and it's the 3rd wire in on this side, because that purple one, it's hard to see it. So, easiest way to fix the problem, just take the orange wire, cut it off right here, the gray wire, cut it off, and tap it into the motor. So one of these, I'm not sure which polarity is which, can go right to this, be soldered right to this, and the other one goes to there. That wire. What I usually do is I cut it, strip it, and put an alligator clip on just to make sure I got my direction right. Worst case scenario, and you get the polarity wrong and you don't feel like soldering it again, you can change it in the DCC setup to reverse the motor. But anyway, that is one thing that I want to mention to you, because not on this particular unit, because I know of the problem now. I fried another decoder because of that problem. What it does is it shorts something in the decoder, and it either shorts out the whole system or it constantly runs at full throttle. Like I say, I'm not exactly sure what happens. I'm not a good electronic component specialist, so maybe somebody out there knows what might go wrong. But like I say, that's the easiest, quickest, and cheapest way of fixing it if you run into that problem. If you ever have a buzzing sound at like 3/4 throttle and it dies, that's what it is. So that's why I always test my units with the shells off before I put the shell on. So anyway, enough about that. Just something I wanted to pass on, save you a little headache. And I think I'm going to test some of these units on the layout in some nice, better light and run them nice and slow. So anyway, thanks for looking.